Welcome to Level Up with CMJ. Hey, my name is Joe and this is my Craps Master dice shooting journey. Let's make it yours too. Today is episode number 233 of the Level Up program and day number 73 of the Brown Belt. If you're new to the program here, this is all about my learning how to shoot the dice at the craps table and practice a trend-based betting system. We're doing the $1 Million Challenge. We're continuing on with that. We're on session number 11 of the $1 Million Challenge. And if you look at the screen on the bottom center right, my goal today is to get up to an $1,186 bankroll. Remember, we started off at session 1 with a $300 bankroll. In the chat, we got Ron from California Craps Club, we got Roger from OMC Craps, we got Bam, and we got Ricky Lee, Coach Joe. Good morning to all. There is 9 people watching currently on YouTube, and we've got 5 people on Crapsee. If you're playing along with Crapsee, the code today is N2F6W8. And to give you a quick overview again of the $1 Million Challenge chart, if you will, take a screenshot of that, and we are on level 2 here, so we should be on level 2 for anywhere between today to another 2 or 3 days, depending on what we do. Our goal is to make $90 today, and we have a bankroll of $450 to use, even though I have a bankroll of $1,096 on the on Crapsee. Actually, no, I'm wrong. I gotta make. Yeah, I'm going to 1186 today, so 1,096 is my bankroll total. But let's get started here. We got Brian jumped in here from Green Bay, and we got Mike, 85 Bears, and we got SJ. Good morning. And by the way, Brian, who you see in a chat right now, is more than likely going to be a guest on my show. He's going to be observer in the wings on Friday morning. So that'd be tomorrow. No, that's 2 days. He'll be actually coming in and watching how I do the show and watching the rollouts. And hey, if he's here and he asks any questions, that's fine. We are more than willing to go through and answer questions as we go along. But anyway, let's get started here, guys. We got a $10 pass line bet. Everybody pressed that button already. Thank you very much. So we have all bets set, and dice out. We're sticking with that hardware set. I changed over to the black dice today. We've been using the blue ones from this side lately, and on the other stick left one, I don't know why I was using the red ones, but today we got black ones today, and we got dice out. And we got a 5-5 Old Bay Bushel. That'd be the hard 10 as our first point as a primary hit. Primary means that both dice landed on axis and they stayed together, meaning that a hard way came up. And good morning, we got Rick S. So if you guys are putting faces to names, Ricky Lee, he was part of my Joliet special one of the days. I did an interview with him. Super nice guy. But anyway, we got 10 set there as a point, so we're going to go with a $15 9. We're going to go with an $18 8. And that's all we got the money to spend right now. We're going to try to get at least one of those to hit again. Oops, and we're going to go $10 pass line odds. We're going to try to get one of those to hit. We'll do a 16 pressure, meaning that we'll go $5 or 1 unit up on each of those 3 bets. Try to hit a second time, then we'll come down and we will see what we got to use to go forward. So we got, press that button, everyone, if you would, please. 6 people on Crapsee right now. And all bets set. 5454. And we're a little short on the land zone, but we have a 628. That's the Duracell 8. Go and support free live craps. So that is our first hit, and that's going to allow us to pressure up 1 unit on all 3 of the bets that we have. So we're going to put an extra $5 in pass line odds. And we're going to go to $24 on that 8. We're going to go to $20 on a 9. And hopefully we'll hit one of those again one more time, so we can come back down and we'll be into profit then, or at least be playing with profit and not have to worry about losing money. So 5454. Good morning, Marble Fork. And all bets set. Dice did cross on me. We have a 6-5 mid-mo yo. Again, I announced the left die first, right die second. And I am watching the dice as they go down the table. I watch that left die to see what it does, so I know which position that they are in when they do land and come to a rest. That does nothing for our bets. If you guys were watching yesterday turned out to be an hour and 25 minutes long. I had 8 shooters, and 4 of them are actually decent rolls. They were double digits. The other 4, not so good. So we had kind of mixed results. I went down on my bankroll a little bit, but we ended up coming back at the end and making goal. So that was exciting. We've made goal every single day so far. Some of the days have been a challenge, but we've gotten it. And dice out. A little bit short in that landing zone. We have a 1, 2, 3 Alfredo sauce ace deuce. Talking about Alfredo, Texas crap shooters. He went live last night and did his normal Crapsee rollout. And at about hour 2, so if you go to 2 hours and 9 minutes into his live stream, he actually has Gargoyle jump on. And Gargoyle spent the next 2.5 hours with Fredo. Yeah, it was a 4.5 hour live stream, but from 2 hours and 9 minutes and after, has Gargoyle on there. And you guys need to check out at least that portion of his live stream. It's really informational. Gargoyle goes through and helps Fredo with his throw, with shooting the dice. And he tries doing the chopper style toss as well on there. But they have some really good conversations, things that you guys can use to learn about throwing the dice and becoming a better dice shooter. Now, Fredo is one of the better ones out there, but even he admits that he can use some improvement, and he's picked up some bad habits as he's gone along. So dice out. And we have a 4-4 heart 8 square pair, so we hit that 8 again, which is awesome. So we were able to come down on our bets right away. And let's see what we have to play with, what we can go back up with after this. So we've got $49 brought back to the rack. Let's do this one. So let's take our bets down. Let's go 44 inside, but we're not going to do the 5. Let's just do the 6, 8, and 9. So we've got $12 on the 6, $12 on the 8, $10 on that 9. We have $49 brought back to rack, 44 on a table. And now what our goal is to start trend betting and start betting the numbers that are hitting, so we can start spreading out and going up in our dollar values. So we got Kevin, Crooked River Craps is checking in. Good morning, Kevin. And all bets set. 7 people in Crapsee, 14 people watching currently. And dice out. I held the dice just a split second too long. They kind of went up in the air a little bit. And that's one of the things that Gargoyle was talking about is when you throw the dice, he said you should release them as if your arm is touching the back wall or the opposite wall that you're throwing to. And that should be kind of how you're releasing that and your release point. If you cut it short, obviously that's going to affect the dice. And if you throw it early, obviously that'll affect the dice as well. So you gotta find that sweet zone to release the dice. Now when I hold on just a split second too long. So we have ace, magic aces there. That does nothing for our bets. We need the 9 and a 12 for the tall, and all bets set here. Dice out. A little bit short in the landing zone again, and we got the other side now. We got the OMC craps, all the dots and all the spots, midnight. So that's 2 dice in a row where the dice drifted. And by drifting, that means that the dice both went in the same direction 1/4 turn. So the first time they drifted to the left, and then the second time with the midnight, they drifted to the right. So again, that does nothing for our bets. And let's go all bets set. As soon as you guys press that button, I would like to see a little bit of money bringing back, a little bit increased here, so we can start pressing these bets up and start spreading out a little bit and get a little bit of profit back into the rack. We are in profit so far, $5 for this shooter. So all bets set and dice out. And we got a 6-5 mid-mo yo. That's Cheeto coming to us from above. So I'm not getting any quality hits here. We're spreading them out. So if you're playing at ATS, we only need that 9 for the tall. So we're definitely spreading the wealth here. Hopefully today, people will be getting back on their regular schedules. I know Alfredo said he's going to be going to, he's going on a work trip, and he might do a show Friday night. Sounds like John might be doing his show today. Make sure that you check that out. Good morning, Frida. Check out John's show on Casino Gaming TV. He should be doing a review of the Craps for a Cure event. So how everything went, I'm sure you give final statistics, maybe who won what, different things like that. So check that out. Days out. Dice did cross again, but we got another 8. We have the 268 this time again. Duracell 8. Go out, support free live craps. Give that thumbs up where deserved, and subscribe if you do value this content. Every little bit of help you guys give me does help get my videos out into the YouTube system. So we got the 8 there. Since the 8 is a big number that's hitting, let's bring that up to $18. So we've got $63 brought back to rack, $50 on the table now. So we are definitely into profit by $13 towards our goal. Remember, our goal is only to win $90. If we can win more, awesome. And let's call that all bets set. Days out. And we got a 4-5 hard 9 Big Mac. So what I'm doing is I'm changing where I'm looking down the table. In the past, I used to look at this diamond right here, and I have the theory of kind of like riding a mountain bike. If you try to avoid a rock that's on the side of the path and you're looking at that rock, you're going to hit it. And that's kind of where I want the dice to hit, is right down in here. So let's use the other end of my stick here so you guys can see where I'm pointing at. What I'm doing now today is I'm looking at this spot, and then I'll look down at the table, and that's where I'm trying to get my dice is to land somewhere in this area right here. So I don't know if that helps you guys visualize things, but that's a 4-5 hard 9 Big Mac. And that's going to be another hit on our table here. So let's bring that 9 up to $15. And again, we're going to stick with that 5-4-5 hardware set. Oh, I got the tall guys. I forgot to mention that. Thank you. Thank you for pointing that out, Roger. So that's an early win. We still need to hit that 4, 5, and 6. We haven't hit those at all. But let's call this all bets set and dice out. Shows you how much I was paying attention there. I know I was announcing the countdown towards it, but I didn't realize I hit it. So all bets set here, dice out. A little bit high on that trajectory. We have another 628, Duracell 8. So what do we do with this now, guys? That's $21 that we make on this one here. Do we keep on pressing that 8 up since we are hitting it, or do we spread out to that 4 and 5 on this hit? Let's do that one. So let's spread out to the 4 and 5 so we have bets all the way across, and that way we can just start trend betting whatever number hits after this now. So we are $98 brought back to the rack, 75 on the table, so we're going to profit by $23 on this shooter. And again, that's not a lot of money when you think about it, guys, but we don't have a lot of money on the table to start off with because we have such a low bankroll right now. And again, once we get to level 3, we'll be able to increase our bankroll so we can bet a little bit larger and pick up a few more numbers during the come out and after we get a point set. Dice out. And the dice did split again. They kind of landed tight together. We have a 1, 6, 7, ouch. So that first shooter comes to an end. That was a decent first shooter. We had 23 roll quality points. So not a bad start. It could have been better. I would like to made goal on that first shooter, but it is what it is. We made a profit of $23, so we are at $1,119. We only need to make about $70 more, or just shy of $70 on this next, before we're done today. But hopefully on this next shooter we'll make that. Again, once I make go, I will pull all the money off and use the excess that I have to continue on with my bets. We're going to go with the $10 pass line bet again. And we'll go all bets set as soon as everybody presses that button. Sticking with that hardware set, so far it's treating us good. That 6-1 was both dice off axis. Normally I only throw 1 dice off axis, so usually that's pretty safe there. But all bets set here and dice out. A little bit short on that landing zone again. We have a 5-2-7 this time. The Bruce, do not become shark bait. I have not seen Nemo jump in this week at all. And when he does, I will apologize to him for that comment that I made towards the end of the Crapsee cure. Obviously, I was joking around a little bit, but it was poor timing, I would say. But 5-4, 5-4. That was a pass line winner on that, so we got an extra $10 brought back to the rack. And what I might do, I'm not sure. Well, since we have that extra $10, we might add another $10 bet so we have another number covered. But let's figure that out once we get that point set. So all bets set here and dice out. And we have a 3-3 hard 6, the Devil Degen. So that is a primary hit. Both dice on axis, same revolutions. Comes up with a hard way result. So that being said, let's put $10 pass line odds. Let's do $12 on the, I'm sorry, $15 on the 9 and 5. Let's do 18 on that 8. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. So that way we can do a little skill 66 here. 5-4, 5-4. And all bets set. A little bit short in that landing zone again, guys. And if you didn't see that, it landed right here. I'm trying to get up here, and then the left one just kind of skated over. We have a 3-4-7, ouch. So that one kind of sucked, but we will recover from it. We have so far, and hopefully we will continue recovering as we go forward. So that was a short roll after a good first roll. Again, we're going to go with that $10 pass line bet. And we dropped our numbers a little bit in crap, and YouTube, we're only down to 10 people so far. So hopefully it picks up again. But this is all about my journey here and being transparent so you guys can see what I do, how often I throw, how I throw, and how I change things around to make sure that I'm hopefully doing better. And we're going to be working on that landing zone right now, I'll tell you that, because that last couple of throws, the landing zone was not where I wanted it to be. That was a little bit better, and we have a better result. We have a 2-2 hard 4, the Ian double deuce. So 4 will be our point. It's our first 4 that we threw for the day. The only numbers we have not thrown today is the 5, and that's it, and the 10. We have not thrown a 10 either. So we are going to go with $10 pass line odds again. We are going to go with $10 on the 5. We're going to go $15 on the 5, and we're going to go $18 on that 6. If I was smart, I'd probably pick up that 8 instead of the 5, but let's stick with that right now and see what happens. We can always switch it around if we need to. 5-4-5-4, all bets set. And here we go. A little bit high energy on that one, but we got, I'm glad I picked it up to 5. We have a 4-1-5, the horse and buggy. So the way I'm placing my bets is if I get a point set on a downstream side, I'll do all the downstream numbers. If I get a point on the upstream side of things, I'll put bets on the upstream side of things. We're going to do $16 pressure. It's going to be an extra $5 on that pass line odds, extra $5 on a 5, and extra $6 on that 6. We're going to be looking for one hit so we can bring our bets down, and we can adjust our bets from there then. So 5-4-5-4, and all bets set. I appreciate everybody being prompt on that button. Dice out. Dice split apart. Let's regrip them. There you go. And we got another 4-1-5 horse and buggy. Awesome. So that's going to allow us to come down on our bets again. So we are in the profit on this shooter. So we have $1,110 in our total bankroll. So we made $49 so far on the shooter. Let's bring our bets down, and let's go to, let's pick up the 5, 6, and 8 right now. So we've got $10 on a 5, we have $12 on a 6, $12 on an 8, and then we have the $10 pass line bet. So we have $44 out there, $49 brought back, so we were into profit by $5 on this shooter. And hopefully we'll be able to press these bets up and get some money brought back. All bets set here. Dice out. And we got a 4-5 hard 9 Big Mac. That does nothing for our bets. But that does help us extend this roll. And that is the second hard 9 that we threw for the day. And let's press that button so we can go all bets set here. And we have another 10 people in Crapsee. We've got 15 people on YouTube right now, 10 likes so far. Dice out. Dice did cross on me. We got the 5-5 Old Bay Bushel again, the hard 10. So again, it's a primary hit. Primary on top. So we're looking for a 5, 6, or 8 so we can start pressing our bets up. That would be nice for me. So 5, 4, 5, 4. We need that 11 and 12 for the tall, 8, 11 and 12 for the tall. We need a 2, 3, and 6 for the small. And let's go all bets set. I kind of pushed that a little bit, but we have a 3, 5, 8. 8 came easy. So that is nice for us. We'll be able to take a hit. And let's pressure that 6 and 8 up to $18. So we're going to pressure both of them right now. See if we can get a little bit of money coming in a little bit faster. So we've got $63 brought back, 56 on the table. And all bets set. And we got a 5, 6. Midmo Yo, Chiro coming to us from above. Looking down on the CMJ table. So all we need is midnight for that tall. That would be kind of neat if we hit the tall again. We hit the tall earlier. We just missed the small. Just missed making them all. So again, hardway set 5, 4, 5, 4. And all bets set. A little bit left of my landing zone, and it was a 5-3-8, but it rolled over to a 5-1 KitchenAid mixer. That was kind of weird how it came down like that, but it got the mixer, so that's another hit on that 6. So let's do this one. So let's pick up, instead of pressing that up, let's put $10 on that 9. I would normally bring that 6 up to $30 right now, but we're trying to spread out here so we can get a couple more numbers hit, and then we'll obviously start pressing the numbers that are hitting. We got hardway set and $84 brought back to the rack, 66 on the table right now. We need 2, 3, or 12 to hit the ATS. All but set. A little bit short in the landing zone again, and we got the mid-mo yo again, 5, 6, 11. So again, we're consistently getting that one dice off axis, and then like every third throw we stay on axis. So 5, 6, mid-mo yo. And Coffee Land slid into first place on the Crapsee. He joined in just a few days ago, and he's up a profit of almost $2,000. Remember, we started off with a $300 bankroll, so he's doing really well. And all bet set. Dice out. And I kind of veered off to the left a little bit into the mixing bowl. We got a 1, 4, 5 horse and buggy. Got a little bit lucky on that one. So what we're going to do on this one is we're going to make the 5 and a 9 look like 15. So that way we have that 66 inside bet level plus the $10 pass line bet. So we have 98 brought back, 76 on the table. We're in a profit by $21 so far on this shooter. And this is where we could start bringing some money back to the rack now, as well as pressing these bets up. And all bet set. Again, a little short in that landing zone. We got magic aces this time. 1, 1, 2. And for those of you who don't know, I have Tourette's. And one of the side effects of Tourette's for me is different areas of my body move kind of weird. And a lot of times it happens in my hands. And if you don't see this a lot, my hands are kind of doing weird things today. That's a sign that I am tired. It was a long night at work, and I only had 4.5 hours of sleep yesterday. So as soon as I get done with the stream, I'm going to jump in bed and get up early again today. I have to do some things before work tonight. So let's press that button. Thank you. And all bet set. We need the 3 and the 12 for the ATS. All bet set. And we got the hard 10 again, the Old Bay bushel. 5, 5. It's a primary top. One of the things that they were talking about, that does nothing for my bets, by the way, but one of the things they were talking about on a Fiddle show last night was Alfredo was practicing that stack toss, and to practice it, he was taking chips and he was flinging them down to the other end of the table. And Gargo kept on telling him to slow down. Good morning, Navaldo. Sorry to disappoint you all, but I'm back. Not a disappointment whatsoever, my friend. It's always good to see you here. But he was rushing the dice, rushing the throw. So that's one of the things I'm trying to do today. If you haven't noticed this, I'm trying to slow down a little bit. Once I say all bet set, I get the dice set, and then I sit there for a couple seconds and try to focus on that landing zone. So that way, hopefully, we are more consistent. And I think for the most part, we are being more consistent today. Which I am not on that one. But we have a 3, 5, 8. 8 came easy. It's been a little hot minute since we've been on that 8. So let's pick up that 10 so we're all the way across. Across. If Jen was here, she'd be hollering at me. Let's put $10 on that 10. So we have money on every single one of them. We have 119 brought back to the rack. We have got $86 on the table. And our goal is to get to 1186 today, and we're at 1180. So I only need $6 more, actually $16 more because of the pass line. So if we can get one more hit, we will be at goal for the day, and I'll have to take my money down off the table, and we'll play with any extras that we have. So stick with the hardware set, all bets set, and dice out. And we got a 5-4 hard 9 Big Mac, so that should hopefully be where we need to be for our goal. So we made our $90. I will tell you exactly how much we made once I get this entered into Crapsee. Always be aware of your bankroll, so that way you know when to get off of the table. So we're at $1,200 if I took that everything off, including a pass line. We can't take the pass line off, so let's take our bets down. And I have 1191 in the rack. Again, our goal was 1186. So we are $6 to the profit. Hopefully I can hit that point and get paid on the pass line. Then I'll do something a little bit different with my betting, and we'll play around with that with the extra money that's left over. So awesome, another day. 11 days in a row we made profit. Today was not as hard as it was yesterday though. So all bets set. And dice out, and hopefully everybody else is making profit today as well. And we got, guys, we got midnight. So that's gonna light that screen up green, at least half of it. That is another tall hit that we got. That is totally awesome. So that's the second tall that we hit today. All we need to get is the Alfredo sauce, which we've thrown through once today. I thought we threw that twice today. We threw it once today. So that way we can get that small. We'll make them all. Not that I'm betting on it, but it's still fun to hit it and all that. Slot machine bet style, says Coach Joe. And we got Justice Jen here. I've been here 20 minutes. Well done, she goes. Jen, I owe you an apology. I know you said I didn't need to, but I owe you an apology for the comment I made towards the end of the Crafts for the Cure. I'm waiting for Nemo to come on here as well, and I owe him the same apology. Bad timing. It was kind of comical, but I meant no harm by it, my friend. It was just bad timing on my part. So hopefully all is good, and all bets set. Looking for that 4. Dice out. And we got a Magic Aces again, 112. And Navaldo says, SJ, loved your roll on YouTube from the other day. I did not see that. Was that for the Big AZ meetup? Or was that the Hawaii Crap Shooters thing? I didn't catch it. So what was it? I'll have to look at it for SJ. I know that SJ is a very good shooter. Again, we're sticking just with that $10 pass line bet since we made our goal today. Hopefully we hit that 4 so we can get an extra little bit of money back. We still bet on another shooter here. And let's go all bets set. Press that button, please. We got one more person left. And dice out. And we got the 5-6 mid-mo yo. So definitely the field numbers are going to be a little bit high today. A couple of days ago, I had a really nice roll. I think it was like 31 rolls long, and somebody was charting, and I know we mentioned this yesterday. Somebody was charting, and I had, I think, out of 31 rolls, I think it was like 27 or 28 box numbers. I hit hardly any craps numbers on that roll, so that was kind of nice. And of all this is Big AZ post, he recalls. So I'll have to check out Big AZ's post and see which one that was. I always like to see people that are supporting me. I like to go out and support them as well. Dice out. Ooh, that was a little bit long on that landing zone, guys, but hey, we got the Ian double deuce. So we hit that point, and that is awesome for me because we get some money brought back to the rack. And I actually got a little bit of play money above our goal. So this is all extra money that I can actually start using now to hopefully start making more money going forward. So I'm going to pretend I'm passing the shooter to the next shooter. I'm not going to put a pass lane bet out there. And that will allow me to have a little bit of money to bet on some other numbers then. Remember, my goal was to get to 1186. We're at 1211 right now. So that would be 14 plus 11 is $25 I have to play with. So probably be able to pick up two numbers with that. Maybe we'll pick up the 6 and 8 with that. But let's go all bets set here and dice out. Looking for a new point. And believe it or not, guys, we're 18 rolls in and that was only one point that was set. So that was the first time we hit the point here. And if we can get that ace deuce Alfredo sauce, that'll hit that all. A little bit high energy there, guys, but we're back on that 4. We got the 314 Big Joe from Craps Master Journey. So back on that 4, no chance to send a different point, I guess. Let's pick up that 6 and 8 for $12 a piece and see if we can start spreading out and make a little bit extra money here. So remember, our goal was 1186. We're down to 1187 plus what's on the 6 and 8. So I'm not going to go below that number that is brought back and locked into the rack. And this is one of the things that I've learned from this challenge, guys, is the discipline that it takes to take that money off the table as soon as you hit goal or get even close to goal sometimes. But Jen, this is our 11th session in a row that we hit goal. So we're slowly working up the bankroll. Getting started at $300. I have not done a rebuy at all. And we're up to over $1,200 so far. So dice out. Ooh, a little short on that landing zone, guys. We have a 437. Ouch. So that roll came to an end right when I put that extra money on the table. If I would have kept it in a rack, I would have had a little bit more to play with tomorrow, but that's all right. We made goal. And what I will do, guys, is I will go one more shooter for you guys. I'm not going to do any betting going forward here for today, but we're going to go one more shooter so you guys can play along with Crapsee if you want. Again, in about 20 minutes, John's going to be going live, I believe, and he's going to be doing a Craps for the Cure update, or a recap, if you will. At least that's what his thing said on the on his preview coming up, show coming up. We had 164 roll quality points on that. That was 20 rolls long, so that was a really nice one. And press that I am ready button here, guys, so we can go again. Coffeeland is still at just under $2,000. Red Eye's up there, but he's not playing today. Kenrich is over $1,000. I'm at $887 profit from the start, and Frida's working her way back up again. Good to see that. So let's go all bets set. Dice out. So let's just be roll practice for me right now, not bet practice. little bit short on that landing zone once again, guys. Damn it. There's our ace deuce we were looking for. If that would have been one roll earlier, we would have hit that all. Isn't that the way it rolls? Isn't that the way it goes all the time? How many times, thank you, Roger, how many times have you guys had that happen where you're rolling the dice and the one you need to hit that small or the tall or the all, and it's always the next shooter after you that gets it right away. So 5-4, 5-4. Stick with that hard way set. It's treating us good today. And let's go all bets set. Looking for a point yet. Dice out. And we got a 6-5 mid-mo yo. So if you're playing a pass line, that last one took it away, but this one gave it right back for you. So again, those field numbers are hitting pretty high today. This 8 was the only strong box number that we had today. 11s, that's the 6th one that we threw today. These will definitely bring my numbers back up a little bit for my brown belt statistics. All bets set. Dice out. And that right die kind of stopped a little early. They went uneven, but we have a 2-6-8, Dursel 8, so 8 will be our point. And I pressed the wrong number there. There we go. 6-8. Perfect. So this weekend is opening a gun hunting for deer. So I will be out with the boys and my brother and his 2 sons out in the woods I normally go to, and hopefully have a successful season. And we have a 3-6-9. That's a center field 9. And just spending time with the boys and with my brother will be success alone, that by itself. I put a community post out the other day when I was sitting in my deer stand on, thank you, Kevin. When I was sitting in my deer stand on, I believe it was Saturday morning, I got there just as the sun was coming up, and I had a beautiful picture. So make sure you go to my community post, look at the picture on there. I actually posted 2 of them of the sunrise from my deer stand. And it's kind of overlooking a hill, and there's a woods kind of in front of me that I'm actually looking over the top of the woods. And if you look in the background, it looks like there's mountains all the way across the whole length of the picture. And it's actually not mountains. I'm actually, my deer stand's about 4 miles away from Lake Michigan. And with anybody that knows anything about the Great Lakes, especially Lake Michigan, the cloud structure usually follows the shoreline. And the clouds are actually what look like mountains in the picture. It's really, really pretty. But it does look like mountains in the background. But it is not. It's actually clouds. Dice out. Ooh, a little bit high energy, guys. We have another 5-3-8. 8 came easy again. So that is our point. We'll be looking for a new point here. So we're definitely seeing, yeah, our numbers are kind of spread out a little bit, but we're definitely seeing some consistent throws. They are going in groups. But we are seeing some consistent throws as far as what's rolling out. That's 8-8 so far out of 40 throws, so 1/5 of the 1/5 of the rolls have been an 8. So let's go all bets set, dice out. Ooh, terrible throw, guys. I landed short and I landed way back here when I'm trying to get up here. 2-5 Bruce. Do not become sharp bait. So that's going to be the end of our rolling for the day. We had 2 really good rolls, 1 medium roll, and a short roll. Let's get that entered in on Crapsee so we can finish that out. And we'll go through our statistics for the day. We ended up with 16 people watching here on YouTube at the end. And our statistics for the day, we had 4 shooters. We had a 12, a 20, a 6, and a 3. 10.3 SOR. We had a 6.8 SRR with 2 come out 7s. Strong numbers, obviously that 8, and the 2 and 11 were also strong. Box numbers, inside numbers, 4s and 10s were all low, but we made our profit pretty fast. Come out 7s were expected. Horns and fields were high. In fact, the horns were way up the charts. Hardways were actually high today. We were on a light side play. Oops, wrong one. There we go. Our brown belt dice results as of the end of yesterday. So this is through the end of yesterday. We had 2,584 throws. We have a 10.5 SOR, and we have a 7.42 SRR. So again, if you remember, my goals for brown belt is to be a 10.0 or better SOR by the end, and an 8.0 SRR or better by the end. And I can't get that SRR up again. We've been having some really nice rolls, but what happens is every time you have a come out 7, that drops that SRR number down. So I mean, I guess it's not the worst if you do it that way, but that is something that does do that. So Navaldo says he notices that I posted 564 videos on my channel. That's an amazing achievement. Thank you. He wants to know if I'm going to have a retrospective video on my 600th video. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. In fact, if you watch my channel count, they actually went up quite a bit. I think I added like about 200 of them yesterday or the day before, because what happened was all of my live videos, I would leave them up for a couple days and then I would make them unlisted. Well, that doesn't count towards your video count. And I unlisted them yesterday because I'm trying something different to see if it affects my statistics in YouTube. And if it doesn't, I'm going to leave them all up because it's easier to find your videos. So yeah, I do have 564 videos, so that is a lot, and that's in about a 2.5 year period, I think. Hey, good morning, John. In fact, John started his channel within the same month as I did, and he goes, the SRR is a bitch, but that is real. But hey guys, thanks for joining in here. Make sure you check out Casino Gaming TV in about 10 minutes. John will be going through a recap of his Craps for the Cure. My name is Joe. This is my Craps Master Dice Shooting Journey. Let's make it yours too. Have a safe